A rash of shootings in Albany this year has some people there looking for answers and asking if gangs are the problem.
The city only first admitted to us that it had a gang problem back in June. Now Amy Polacco takes us to the streets for an even closer look at this growing trend.
And she's here now with part one of Gangs Among Us. Amy?
Liz and Brad, gang experts tell us Albany's gang structure is like a 3-year-old, still developing, with no clear group on top. They say this sort of jockeying for position is what's behind a lot of the violence on our streets.
I don't want to live no more. Sometimes I hear death knocking at my front door.
The point is another black man that's dead.
Up here just changed. It's like a bloody mess.
That's a gang-style war that's down here in New York that came up here, and it's here.
But how many gangs are there, and how far are they spreading? We asked the members themselves.
Everybody in gangs now.
Groups known as gangs date back to 1967 in Albany, called hoodlums. Bands of whites and blacks started stirring up trouble, and the city started denying they existed. It may have all started with the color orange, used by members of the Orange Street Boys.
It's basically one of the oldest in the city.
But little by little, more colors popped up, and now
It's gaining momentum.
the evidence is all around us.
This is Gang Girls.
They call themselves Little Sua, but countless gangs help write this newspaper of the streets. OSB's the Orange Street Boys, also known as 058, 868's True Natural Thugs, BGD, Black Gangster Disciples. These other tags represent smaller sets within larger gangs, the ones everybody here knows.
Blood don't like Crip, and Crip don't like blood.
This C with an arrow means Crips up, and the B with the arrow down, Bloods down. It's a message to Bloods that they're not wanted in this neighborhood.
I'm affiliated with the Bloods.
He's in Albany County Jail now. The same type of place where Bloods formed their first East Coast chapter. Rikers Island, 1993.
Like people move from California to New York, people move from New York City to Albany, you know what I mean?
And police say they're here all right, on one of Arbor Hill's most infamous corners, selling drugs. These streets see plenty of action during the day, but they see even more as night falls.
This is not an unsafe city.
The city says this year's shootings are isolated incidents, and they say it's people from the suburbs who keep the drug trade going.
2 young women your age driving up Swan Street at 9 o'clock at night. What are they doing here?
The city cleaned up Swan Street, but the deals are still going down, just on different corners, like this one.
A lot of drug and turf wars between different factions and gangs.
It's every man for themselves.
As for this man, he's pledged his life to the Bloods, and the proof is all over him.
We call each other dogs.
Like this dog paw, a product of cigarette burns.
It's just a paw, know what I mean? It just shows that you real to something that you love, know what I mean? So you'll go through the pain to get it.
Pain plays a big role in gangsters' lives, but in many ways, it's that pain that keeps them hanging on.
A lot of brothers die for this, what we trying to achieve. It's in my heart. I'm never going to leave it alone.